we're back! Hey folks, here for the last leg of our journey. So, as we discussed, I'm not 100% sure if we discussed, but I think we may have discussed off stream, we're gonna do some downtimes and some XPs. And we just found out that we have horrendous amounts of heat, because apparently the way that you get heat is double the amount of the highest level faction that you're involved with, and Ironhook is 4, so we're way up there. So, yay! Cool. So, Judd, do we want to just dive into this and go through the whole duty, heat, paperwork stuff?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So number 1, duty. The unit earns. I'll make sure that this handout, by the way, is in Roll20 for next time. But the unit earns 2 duty per operation by default. If the unit made progress on the mandate, take +1 duty. If the unit completed a whole row of the mandate, take +4 duty. If the unit endangered the peace or interfered with law and order, take -2 duty. So, how much... I said duty. Sorry, I'm also 12. So how much duty do we think we got here?
I think it's 3.
Okay, yeah, because it's 2 + 1 per mandate.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can bring up the mandate, and if it has a duty column. It does. I'm gonna give it 3.
Sweet.
All right.
And what does duty do? Like, what is that?
So duty is equivalent to, oh, I see. Haha. Sorry. For everyone playing along at home, we're kind of figuring this out as we go. From what I understand, duty actually gains us, oh no, turf reduces the amount of duty. I am going to guess that it increases our hold, perhaps our funding. It's probably going to determine our funding.
Got it. Yep.
So, so hilariously, the one time I played this, aside from this stream, is, at Go Play Northwest, and I remember that Sean was like, you're probably not gonna need to know this stuff, and now I'm like, I really wish I had asked more questions. So I think I'm going to have to get some notes. Sean may or may not be in chat, but, if he's not, I'll pester him between now and next game, and I'll post whatever we have.
Not a problem. I got it. I think
right.
I gotcha.
Read us the heat. Take the heat away.
After an operation or conflict with an opponent, the unit takes heat equal to double the tier of the highest tier subject involved, which is Ironhook. So that's 4 times 2 is 8. Add +1 heat for a high profile or well-connected target. Yes, it is. So that's 9. Add +1 if the situation happened on hostile turf.
So were we up against a hostile faction? I feel like with the weapons that Ironhook had arrayed against us, that is probably a yes.
Yes.
All right. Just checking. Just in case we didn't get enough heat array,
yeah.
You know.
And we don't add +1 because we're not at war yet, and we don't add +2 because there was no killing involved, because Drab is so good at what they do.
Cool story. Cool. So it's we do flip over. So we get one pressure, but we come up just a tiny touch past the bottom, I believe, right? So that's 10 total, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just asking because I'm gonna adjust this sheet for us. So pressure 1 and heat 1. Cool. So do you want to roll whatever the entanglements equivalent is? I think it's called paperwork.
Excellent. That's amazing.
Actually, okay. So it says before entanglements. Oh, good. We get both. Yay. Before entanglements deal with paperwork, you can blow off your paperwork and take +1d to your downtime rolls, or you can write your reports and choose what you say. 1, what actually happened. 2, cover for the blue. Or 3, throw someone under the bus. If any number of unit members blow off their paperwork, add +1 heat. So I guess the question to you, Lauren, is do you do your paperwork or do you blow off your paperwork, and which of the options do you choose?
Oh my gosh. I think this early on, oh God, yeah, I'm gonna do paperwork.
Cool.
And I think it would be in our best interest to just like tell it like it happened, because like there was a lot of shady shit going on with like corrupt wardens and that kind of thing. And I don't think it counts as throwing the warden under the bus. Or maybe it does. I don't know. We kind of did it. But yeah. I think I issue I think I issue a report. It says like, investigated the crime scene, like found evidence of like sharpshooters up on the South Tower, went to further investigate, was prevented by the dear warden up there. Like skip around the ghost stuff.
That was actually a question I was going to ask. I was like, so when you say what actually happened, do you mean what actually happened, or?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Or do we just throw the warden under the bus and be like, "Oh, look, warden"?
Yeah,
Yes.
You're right. That's what's happening. Throwing the warden under the bus, taking out the ghost stuff, just sticking to like found her associate cross like at the bar. Yeah. He spilled everything.
So we desperately need. I know I desperately need extra dice for vicing, but I think I'm actually going to do my paperwork, and I am going to make the Bluecoats look good. Because my boss put me on this, and the governor was shitty to my boss, which means that my boss is going to continue being shitty to me.
Right.
So I am going to dot my I's and cross my T's and make it look like the Bluecoats are like the goddamn champions of the city. And how good are we? So
cool. And what I imagine is that in every precinct there's like an imperial mandate office, and the Dunslow one hasn't been used in like 100 years, and they all have like pneumatic tubes and like official imperial pneumatic tubes, and you like whoop, and it zips to the Lord Governor's office and is copied and sent to the proper people. But
sorry,
yeah.
Chat was just like, what you need is some drama. Thanks, chat. Heart. All right, cool. So entanglements, Judd, take it away. This is on you. You can roll live or off screen if you want. It's up,
Yeah, I would like to roll. I just need to hold on. I'm always clicking on the wrong thing, and then I need a character sheet up, right?
Yeah, any character sheet should have a roll fortune. It should be on the right, just under the stat line. If you have an actual person sheet, it's below their friends. If you have the precinct up, it's like right below the cohort, whatever. Like, because we can call on the Bluecoats to come with us, I guess.
Roll fortune. There it is. I got it. So how many am I rolling?
1 die, 1d6, and then we're gonna read it. There's a chart.
Got it.
It has. So we're gonna read the heat 0 to 3, and you're rolling 1 die.
Yep. And this is what is the title of this?
You just type in whatever you want, but it is entanglements.
This is entanglements?
Yep. Because we have 1 pressure, so for entanglements, roll dice equal to your pressure, which is 1 die, and read the result according to the heat, and our heat is between 0 and 3 currently. Oh, that's the best. So 6, community or rivals. Community or... Rivals is a neutral faction throws their weight around. They threaten you, a friend/contact, or one of your vice purveyors. Forfeit 1 coin per tier of the rival, or stand up to them and lose 1 status. I don't know how much status we have.
Okay.
The other option is community, which is someone from the local community expects you to handle a problem for them. Put the mandate on hold and deal with it, or take -1 status with the citizenry.
Hmm.
And this could easily be somebody that we saw, right? So like Ogre helped us out, and he could be in trouble. We could deal with that. It could be my whisper friend. It could be Carissa Dalmore. It could be anything.
Cool. I think the city council. I think it's rivals. I think it's the city council.
Oh, good. Thanks, Judd. Couldn't have a nice person need us to do something nice for them. Excellent.
No.
I love it.
No. You guys rattled the nest, and the nest is rattled. And I think They are um so yeah, City Councilman Cleland uh holds a press conference to talk about the out of date uh out of date political power of the imperial mandate, and how it doesn't really represent the emperor. It's just foreigners coming into Duskwall and exerting their power in ways that is in ways that is just ridiculous, and that they should have oversight, and the Lord Governor is letting them run amok. And he points to the slaughter at the bridge, and he like pins that on you guys, and like he and the riots in the Iron Hook, he pins that on you guys, and says that basically the imperial mandate is something that we need to revisit so that it truly represents the emperor and isn't just foreigners coming into our city and running amok. And the press goes nuts with that, as you can well imagine.
Actually, I think it goes a slightly different way, Judd.
Oh yeah, how so?
So let me paint just a little bit. So we clearly do not have 6 coin to give them to make them be nice to us.
Right.
So I think we're gonna have to lose 1 status with this faction, and my question is why? And I think what happens is maybe we stirred the pot, right? Like maybe the Ink Rakes actually speak out against the city faction, and this plan doesn't really hurt them because they're infinitely powerful with massive amounts of money. But it could annoy them that, you know, where we might be making the citizenry actually care about these topics or disagree with them. So like cool. Maybe that's why they become extra determined to squash us like bugs, because they could very easily pass those laws that has nothing to do with public opinion.
Right.
But we do have to like become like further rivals, because I think the -1 status refers to our standing with them. Again, I will double check with Sean, but I'm pretty sure that's the interpretation, because I see status nowhere else. So
yeah.
So is that sound okay? Like as in they make this speech and they may even pass these laws, but the Ink Rakes actually they're just like extra read all about it, but they may be like actually being like giant douchebags in City Hall, speak total crap about the people. So
yeah. And I like that too. I think a reporter comes to you from the Ink Rakes. And,
oh good. Now everyone's literally gonna know my name. God damn it. This is the worst plan. Continue.
Yeah, I think a reporter comes and asks around if, like, they don't find you because the Bluecoats don't tell you who they are, but they're asking around. They're trying to find you, and they basically, like, the Ink Rakes thing on this is like, what is City Council scared of? What are these people onto? And you know, I think there are, like, you know, op-ed pieces talking about the history of the Imperial Mandate and how it's supposed to be there as an autonomous arm exactly because of this, so that the City Council can't stop it. And yeah, so, but anyway, you're in the middle of it now.
I'm just a Bluecoat. You really should talk to the investigator with the really shiny Emperor pressed badge.
Yeah, no, I don't think they even find you. I don't think they find Drop. But they are looking for you. They're totally looking for you. And if you seek them out, you will find them.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna write that down.
Cool.
Lauren, do you give an interview?
Oh gosh. I think Maya is very like unfamiliar with norms here in Duskfall. I think like she would probably climb up a bit and might do like a no comment. I have to speak to like like I think she's gonna do the no. We get that shot of like sort of like like this Dewey is like she comes out of her place and she's doing the no comment thing, like sort of trying to like hold her hat over her face. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the reporter who's really looking for you is Edlin Vale. But I'll make an NPC sheet so that everybody knows who these people are. But
keep a little notes for myself.
I love the idea of like a posse of photographers like outside your door whenever you go outside. Maya, that's awesome. Cool.
Thanks.
Downtime. Is there anything else we need to do with the
slight? There's a thing where it says if there was killing, we adjust statuses. There's no killing. If there was an arrest made, we change statuses. Technically, we arrested Cross Anithok, but I don't know if he's part of a faction per se.
Yeah, he is. He's with the Ironhook prison.
Cool. So then we get -1 status with Ironhook prison, but +1 status with a faction that was helped by the arrest, whoever that may be.
Cool. Awesome. Who was helped? Who was helped?
We generally play with like a slight subset. So the Lord Governor, the City Council, Leviathan Hunters, Ironhook Prison, obviously not. Spirit Wardens, Bluecoats, Inspectors, Ink Rakes, or the Citizenry. And the Citizenry is like, I don't know if they're like, we do Citizenry by district because they do in the book.
Yeah. How about we say Inspectors?
Okay.
And there is like a cadre of them, and because there are other Imperial mandates at work here, and they're happy that someone's out there rattling the cages and being brave.
All right, cool. All right, so the last thing that's on this list, but we probably shouldn't mess with it right this second. We can do it either in between sessions or at the start of next session. There is a set of these things called local clocks, or local traits. They're clocks that represent local traits, and they're like wealth, safety and security, criminal influence, occult influence, and we're supposed to go through them and adjust them based on the events of the adventure. But since we didn't set them initially, that my vote is to just like skip it for now and maybe like tackle it next time. Yeah, I'll get the nitty gritty from Sean / Harper and then be like, so this is clearly how it works.
Yes.
When I have no clue right now, I just really don't know. Like, do we adjust the clocks? Do we adjust the like little dots? I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no creation thing, so I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I see. The local traits: wealth, safety, security.
Yep.
Criminal influence, occult influence. Interesting.
Yeah, so we have to reassess based on on current events and see like if those are going one way or another or whatnot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so basically like our actions, like if we make deals with gangs and we use them to like reinforce our mandate, like criminal influence will probably get bigger, especially if we take bribes and or promise them favors, and vice versa. And
right.
I don't know. So we can take a look at that, but again, I don't actually have the nitty gritty. We can try and guess our way through it, but I'm probably
we can wait for next time.
Yeah,
we can wait for next time.
All right. In which case, now we're officially in downtimes. Yeah, yay! We can do 2 downtimes each.
Cool. And the only thing I ask when we do downtime stuff is that we role play through something with each little thing you do. It doesn't have to be long, but just so we like get into the shoes of everybody.
I'm down with that.
Cool. So it doesn't become like faceless bookkeeping. It's like something that we feel like we gain. Cool. What do you folks want to do?
Ooh, I really need to de-stress.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I would like to go horse riding into the Deathlands. to let some pressure off.
So you have,
I think,
you have a weird vice?
yeah. And my vice purveyor is, I think, the person who keeps the stables for like the horses. I think the ambassador probably pulls some strings to give like the upkeep there. And
the ambassador probably also pulls strings to like get you outside of the gates and like get you out of the city.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's probably something she and I do together. Like,
awesome.
Oh wow.
I think that's why we have like a good tight relationship, because I think she likewise, she dresses very fine and like she's part of the city, but like part of her kind of misses like sort of being out there. Yeah.
So yeah, she gotta get the wind in her hair a little bit. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Let her hair down. So I think that's what that'll look like. So I indulge my vice, or do you want to role play some out and then do it? How do you like to do it?
Well, let's see what it looks like, because I think we need to know that before we role play it out. So let's, because you might overindulge and then there's a problem. So visitor purveyor vice, and roll dice equal to your lowest attribute. Clear stress equal to your highest die result. If you clear more stress levels than you had marked, you overindulge. Cool.
Excellent.
Roll away.
Oh, cool. No bonus dice. Okay. I removed 3 stress. That's not terrible.
Cool.
I have not overindulged yet.
Awesome.
So actually, I'm about to point something out. You may or may not clear any more than 3. 3 is the worst it can be. But you are going vicing with a friend. And according to the downtime rules of Blades, whenever you do anything with a friend, you get plus 1d. So you may want to just slash roll 1d6, and if it's higher than 3, it may be higher.
Excellent.
Sorry, there's just 2 of us. I have to rules learn just a tiny bit. Okay, so it didn't help. But 2d6 is always better to roll than 1d6, so I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you and Issa like ride up to a ridge and are looking down on Duskwall, and you can see like the glimmer of the lightning fence, and the ink black sea beyond. And she says, "Sounds like you're stirring up some shit in there."
That is one way to put it, Issa. But you can't really help but stir up shit when the shit's there, you know? It's some people prefer to see it and some people prefer to ignore it. Sometimes I wonder what you see in the city. Why don't you just come home?
Where the fuck is home?
That is a fair point. But I know you must miss it on some level.
If I didn't get out like this every once in a while, I would lose it. It's a barrel. It's a barrel with too many rats. Indeed.
And speaking of rats, I must ask you, there is a chance this goes quite high. How far are you willing to push this investigation? It might stir up even more shit.
Fuck every rat in that barrel. Do it.
Consider it done, Issa.
This investigation was given to us as an insult. I wanted to be about crimes against Silverossi, and they gave us this.
I agree.
Give the Emperor exactly what he wants.
Then I will gladly do so. I can't agree more.
Good.
And I think like Maya sort of sits like, well, should we? And then nods back to Duskwall, like sort of consult with rats further, and then sort of
awesome.
Giddies up, like turns around and sort of like races her down the ridge back to Duskwall.
Yeah. Fantastic. And I would imagine if that was a movie, like the lighting would be entirely different outside.
Oh yeah.
Like it would just be very, very, very different. The film quality would be different. Yeah. Cool. What does Drav do in his time off?
Let me have a quick convo with Lauren. Excuse me. So Lauren, we have I'm also gonna indulge Rice, but before we do that, I have a much more pertinent question, which is we have 2 things that we need to look at as potentials, one of which is we may want to reduce heat to keep the heat as zeroed as possible, because as you saw, it can go very high very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
The other potential is, I don't actually have an idea on how to do this, which is why I'm talking to you, because you may have to be the one to do this, which is we may need to start a long-term project to try and relieve pressure.
My mind. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any ideas for how to do that, right? Because I understand how to damp down heat. I can throw people off our scent. I can fill up certain paperwork. I can stir up trouble in the department so that people are focused on something else. Like, I can reduce heat on us, but I don't know 100% like how the hell to like relieve pressure, because pressure comes from above, right? Like that's higher than my pay grade.
Yeah, I had some thoughts about this, like, oh gosh. So I kind of feel like fictionally the pressure's on us because like we're the ones who are like causing trouble, like calling out like sort of big figures in the city. So my one thought was like, well, you can kind of deflect that blame onto someone else, at like maybe the Lord Governor, or like, you know, like one way to do it could be to sort of say this goes super, super deep, and odds are there's someone else like who is after the warden and needs a scapegoat. Like we've been like sort of like that kind of approach. Like we've been scapegoated here.
Okay. How would okay, cool. I'm going to trust you to figure out your action and pursue a long-term project by scapegoating someone. So Judd, I think what I'm going to do is attempt to reduce heat.
Okay.
And I'm okay with rolling first or after all is fine. And I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to keep my head down and do my paperwork and try and like plug all the holes like on our end. But the way that I'm actually going to like relieve the pressure is I'm going to talk to a bunch of the other Bluecoats and convince them that what we're doing is ultimately going to benefit our department, right? Because right now the pressure is going to be high because people are going to have their eyes on us, but in the end it's going to mean more funding, more resources, and other things like that, right? Like this investigator is bringing in like a higher quota for us, and it is going to cause some problems early on, but among other things, even though richer gangs means better payout, right now the gangs are not the ones that are selling ghoul or making ghoul, so like the profit is not going to be coming from above. Like usually we get paid from below, right? And so like what I'm going to try and do is like relate to everyone and relieve pressure by that way, where I can actually get the cops on our side. I can get, you know, someone in the paperwork department to like lose certain things that might get us in trouble, and you know, like,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Totally.
So that's the plan. What do you think?
I think that's awesome.
Do you want to role play a specific scene, or do you want me just to make a roll?
It reminds me of the movie Traffic, where there are the two cops. I think Don Cheadle is one of them, and they're like, I want to go after the rich people, the white people, and he's like, yeah, his partner's like, yeah, let's do it. I think totally roll the dice, and we'll roll the die, and we'll have a conversation.
That sounds good. Give me just one hot second.
Yep.
Let me double check and see if I've got any cool sneaky person that I might be able to. No, I don't think I actually. Hilariously, I don't have any friends on the cops. Of course, I don't. It's cool though. I'm just gonna roll relate, and then the position doesn't really matter because it's the two guys, right?
Yep.
4. So that's not bad. So the way that reduce heat works is on a 4 to 5, I reduce heat by 2. So that's gonna zero our heat. Cool.
I think you're talking to like a watch sergeant, and she's like, let's name her. Watch Sergeant Kess. So you're gonna be kicking down some pretty fancy doors, ain't you?
The investigator's gonna be kicking down some pretty fancy doors. I'm mostly there to show her where the doors are, and also to make sure that the doors don't fall backwards on us.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's past time we had some blue coat boots on bright stone doors, don't you?
All right, now you're starting to talk my language. I never thought I'd hear a watch sergeant talking like that. I thought that was the kind of beat blue coat things that we only talk about when we're grumpy after work in bars.
Listen, these Dunslow people, they done it to themselves. I got nothing for them. No mercy. But the Brightstone people like walk above it. It's stuck in my craw is all. I wouldn't mind kicking one of their doors down.
Well, Watch Captain, all I can say is I can make sure you're on duty when some doors need kicking in.
There you go, Drav. And everybody said you were a jerk.
Only to the people that deserve to be jerks too, ma'am.
Carry on, Private.
All right. Sound good?
Cool. Yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. Lauren, you want to take your second action here?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I took a sip of tea at the wrong moment. Yes, I would love to start a long-term project to reduce some pressure.
Cool.
And I think the only kind of fictional way I can think about doing this is to sort of suggest I think either I can go to Issa again and be like, hey, you were talking about rats. I think there are bigger, hairier rats beyond the warden, and try to sort of throw heat onto some other potential darker criminal, non-institutional people who would see benefit to us taking the rap for what happened. So it can go away quietly. I think that's kind of the angle I'm thinking of taking, but I'm open to suggestions.
Got it. So one thing you might have noticed since you got here is that there seems to be kind of a power struggle going on in the city council, and it's a bunch of families. Not all of them are in on it yet, but a bunch of the families seem to be really ganging up on the Strangfords. So they might be allies. If there's a bunch of people, if there's someone in upper society who would talk to you about the shadiness of upper society, it would be this family that's really under siege. Is that kind of a thing you're looking for?
Yeah, that sounds like a really good first stepping stone on a super cool long-term project.
Perfect. Let's make a roll and see how far you get, and then we'll see how we narrate this.
Excellent. What sort of what sort of role, what sort of approach should this be? This sounds unfortunately like a relate kind of thing. Right.
I mean, the nice thing is that these rolls don't really have a risk to them, so you're just going to either check a couple off or just check one off. So. Excellent.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah. This sounds like I'm trying to relate to this poor family that is under such duress of the other members of the council.
You could take a different tack. I'm just suggesting where what you look at is a way to provide ammunition against their opponents. So you could question them, and then further roles may be doing paperwork and stuff against these other families, because if you help them out and bail them out, among other things, a person from the Strangford family may become a friend on your friends list, and or they may become players that we can call on in the future.
I appreciate your blade spoon.
Sorry.
No, it's we need it. It's you and I. I like that approach. I'm gonna totally be a super professional, question them about their problems.
Cool.
And I don't have to worry about a position for this, do I?
Ooh.
Oh, I got a 6. Yay. Thanks for your poo.
It's your foo. I'm just helping with some fictional positions. I think for long-term projects on a 6, you get 3 segments. So the question here is, how big is this project, the Judd?
I'm gonna say it's an 8-parter.
And actually, Lauren, I hate to point this out again, but since you're tapping your friend, you still get plus 1d6.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. It might be a crit. There's a chance. There's a 1 in 6 chance.
Oops, I got roll 1d6. Oh, not quite.
That's okay.
You're right, it's still worth it. 3 dice are better than 2. So that's 3 segments on this clock.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. You meet with R.C. Strangford.
That's a name I recognize.
Is it? I thought I made it up. I just pulled like this. I pulled R.C.
R.C. became a Keel, but there was it's not important. Please continue.
Okay. Cool. She is an older woman who's on the city council, and she has tea with you, and you sit in her parlor up in Brightstone, and she tells you about how the Bowmores and the Clellans and the Rowan families are aligning against her and trying to remove her from the council. It's barbaric, really.
I think I assume she has some kind of like eel finger sandwiches or like
totally. Yeah.
mushroom finger sandwiches. I think I compliment her on the fine cuisine, even though I don't think I really appreciate eel or mushroom. It's the worst part about living in Doskville.
Yeah, and, that's like that's kind of all you get. Yeah.
And I sympathize with the situation she's in, because as an outsider, I can only imagine the political machinations are quite tiring after some time. I think I asked her, like, there must be a reason that these people are after you. Like, do you suspect that there is some plot in place to, and why it might be?
I'm sure that the Rowan families, well, it's embarrassing, really. And she puts down an invitation and then says, I have to go check with a servant. I'll be right back. And it's like she doesn't want to tell you what she has to tell you, so she like leaves an invite on the table next to the eel sandwiches and then walks away. And it is it's a parlor party at the Rowan families, and they're claiming that they're claiming that ghosts will be contacted and ghoul will be provided. And it's like, just to let you know, like, how flagrant this is, it literally says that on the invite. Ghoul provided. No need to bring your own.
BYOG. Yeah.
Right.
I think like Maya like sees her go and then flicks her eyes down to like the invite and like peels it open and sort of like takes a read, and then sort of like eyebrow goes up, closes like the invitation, and then picks up an eel sandwich.
Right. And then Miss Strangford comes back in and has polite conversation with you and then escorts you out. Totally ignoring the question that you asked about like why they're attacking her family. Absolutely never answering that. But yeah.
I thank her for the delicious eel sandwiches and the mushroom tea, and wish her a good day.
A good day to you. Good luck with that investigation.
I appreciate it. I think I shall need that luck.
Of course.
Very well. I like whisk up into the night and my or into the day, whatever time it is, with like my legs jangling away.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
And
I've got a last downtime action.
all right, what you
I
up to?
think this is drastically different, right? Like if you're watching a TV show, this is in a parlor with eel sandwiches and tea. And then when it cuts away to me, I'm in an underground fighting ring where two people hopped up on rage venom are destroying each other. People are screaming like blood spatters in their faces. Like it's 100% different. And the person that I'm here to see is actually my friend. Hang on. She has a name, Rona the Cutter. She used to be the muscle for our gang, and I think the two of us still see each other afterwards. Yeah, I think that's my vicing is actually hilariously my vice is obligation, and I think that I still look out for my friends from back in the day. And I think that this is just like the two of us spending time and me helping her with something.
Cool. Yeah. So do you corner her?
No. I wait for her after the fight. I bet on her.
Okay. Awesome.
She probably let me know that she needs help, and just I know where to find her, and this is what she does.
Awesome.
So
no, I meant like do you like are you in her corner, like handing her a towel or giving her, holding the
do I
spit
corner
bucket?
her? Yes. Wow.
That's what I meant.
Intense as shit. Yeah, shit. I guess I'm it's almost like a coach. Like we have a kid that's like a cut man, and I'm just like like watch for him. Like he drops his left.
Yeah, awesome. And I think Hopper's totally in the audience.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like he's he's not good enough to be in the corner because he just wouldn't notice anything that's useful. But clearly you would. Awesome. Make a roll.
Yeah. Jeez. Wow. I did not see this turning out this way. This is awesome. I love it. 1 second. So I have to roll my worst, but I'm gonna get plus 1d. So I'm just gonna roll this and add a die. Boop. Hey! I clear 5 stress.
Awesome.
Awesome. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm down to 1 stress.
Cool.
That is good.
And she wins her fight by KO in the second round. And
it takes me and a couple people to pull her off the person, but yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I think if she wins and I bet correctly, I think we're clearly having ice packs and drinks afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She says she has a thing on her face and she says Hopper said you got some new detail that you're assigned to.
And I do that whole, like, remember back in the day, like, could you have ever imagined me walking shoulder to shoulder with somebody holding an Imperial seal? But I'm just like, yeah, it's, I actually look at her and I'm like, look, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to hop down. We're probably going to have a lot of eyes on us. I'm going to do the best I can, but I may have to vanish for a bit.
You think this has anything to do with the shit that we ran into when our crew,
And I think that there's just like a moment where like my face goes still and for a split second people can see like the actual blade I was back in the day.
Yeah.
And I just look at her and I say, it's named the same. It looks the same. I haven't opened any packets, but I think it is.
I don't even know what the fuck that was, and it destroyed our whole life.
Well, I'm going to have another chance to find out this time and maybe follow it to the people that actually did the doing.
Well, punch them in the face for me.
You have my word.
Cool. Awesome. Next game, we'll start with just looking at the mandate map, right? So we started with like primary subject, and then we'll go to like key subject, which is arresting Warden Moreland.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good.
And I think we'll start it like outside the party, just like a job, and we'll roll disposition and all that stuff.
That sounds super rad.
And that's where we'll start. Awesome.
Yay!
Woohoo! XPs.
Ah,
Oh, XP. Yeah, totally.
Gotta get them. Gotta get them. Sweet XPs.
Yeah, you got to get the XPs.
oh,
Absolutely.
totally. I've never felt it more than in a 2-player game. It's good.
Oh, somebody told me there's an actual indulged vice button. I'll have to look that up next time. Yeah, it's all good. All right. Do you want to go first, Lauren?
Yeah, let's. Okay, so I did not roll any disparate actions.
Okay.
Let's see. At the end of station, for each item below Mach 1 XP. So I honorably did my duty in service to the Imperium, or you did what's right.
Yeah, I think you definitely did that.
Excellent.
1 or 2 XPs? I would say 2, because you
I agree.
got yourself in muck more than once, I feel.
I agree. I agree totally.
Yay! I will take the 2 I will take 2 for that. And I expressed beliefs drives heritage or background. I think we got a taste of it, and the breathing in the ghosts.
And the horse riding. I would have given you extra XP for the horse riding.
I would also say we learned a lot about you when you pushed Ogre.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I'm going to say 2 for that one too.
Thanks. Oh my god, I will have feelings about that for a long time after.
Yeah, I mean, we learned that Maya is a monster.
She really is.
I have never generated so much empathy for an NPC in a long time. That Ogre is like right up there.
I feel so bad for him.
I know.
Awesome.
That was beautiful. I haven't felt that much tension between trying to do the nice thing and then trying to just get the job done.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And then I didn't struggle with issues for my vice or trauma.
No, not particularly. Cool.
Cool. I think I'm next up. Sorry, I'm trying to find where I hid the sheet here. Oop. Let me bring my sheet to the fore. Bloop.
You had a couple desperate actions, didn't you?
Yeah, I marked them. It was 2.
Okay.
All right, cool. So, enter your playbook specific way. My bad. I'll just read it from the sheet, which is, you served your precinct by laying down the law, or you did what's right. I definitely feel like I did what's right in a couple of instances. I'm not 100% sure that I laid down the law in all cases except for the time where I beat the shit out of Cross.
I was going to say, you literally laid down the law.
Yeah.
I laid him out with the law, but yeah. But in terms of doing what's right, I feel like I'm actually pursuing this whole crime. Now, admittedly, I have personal reasons for doing so, but I feel like I'm actually following the mandate, even though it's leading me into nasty waters. So I'm gonna say yes. Is 2 XP okay there?
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we saw it come out beautifully too, in that last downtime action you had, where you had that sort of conversation about sort of the past with your fellow,
Then you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. And I was going to quote that scene for background.
Yeah, totally.
Do we have anything else? Actually, go ahead.
I tried to get out of you, and you wouldn't talk, which I kind of feel like hits upon your nature in that capacity, right?
Yeah. I definitely think that I demonstrate my tribes with how I talk to superior officers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. And I don't think I struggled with my vice or traumas this session.
Nope.
So 4 XP for me. I will ponder on where to put it. I think I'm gonna put it. Actually, believe it or not, probably in here. 2, 3, 4. Boop.
It's where is here?
Conviction. Because I kind of want to get my resists up just a little bit. Because if I can get 2s in 2 of them, then my vice becomes stable. And yeah. So that's my plan for right now. Also, hilariously, I did not mark this correctly, but I will. We have conviction and savvy training as part of Bluecoats, or the mandate. Sorry. So we could get extra XP in that particular tender. So I might actually, yeah, we'll see. I think I'll leave it as that. Shall we do the mandate XPs?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
So we can.
And you're marking them officially?
I can. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.
So the first mandate is enforce the law or advance the progress of the mandate, and I feel like we definitely did that big time.
Yeah, I would say that's a twofer.
All right, awesome. Next up, contend with challenges above your current station. I believe that literally everything we've done counts as that.
Yes.
Right,
I think so.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. And let me double check if that's still in the mandate. 1 second. Survey says bolster your unit's reputation or develop a new one. Well, here's a question. What is the Dunslow Bluecoats unit reputation? Or what is it in the mandate? Is it that what is the Yeah, precinct. What is the precinct's reputation? Let's have a conversation
Dunslow?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can make it what we want. Let's make it.
What are you feeling, Judd? I feel like you get some input here, because even though it's technically my unit, they are a little bit NPCs. What are we viewed as?
I think they're...
Because it feels like our reputation was fuck-ups, but we've gotten a new reputation of ambitious.
Yeah, I would say ambitious is an awesome one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In which case, I'm going to give us at least 1 XP, unless you folks want to say that we were ambitious more than once, which I feel is like, okay, maybe?
Nope. I think ambitious is good. I think once is good.
I think so, yeah.
Excellent. And then finally, express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Let me just double check. Drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the unit. I think like we looked at our goals and drives a lot.
Yeah. I agree.
We talked about you wanting to do this. We talked about your people wanting to do this for different reasons. We talked about me wanting to do this to get out from under my terrible duty, but at the same time me wanting to do this because I have a past that is tied to ghoul. So yeah. I would argue for 2 XP. How do you folks feel?
I'm good with that.
All right.
Yeah, I think too, yeah.
Which means that there is a very, 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 very high likelihood that we're going to level up next time, which is great, because there's a really cool precinct power that I want to get that allows us to get extra downtime actions. That is my goal in life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's smart.
Same.
So we get at least 1 free heat reduction or long-term project. All right, cool. I think that's it for XPs. Do we have anything else we want to do before we say our goodbyes to the channel and all the cool people in chat hanging with us?
No.
All right. Well,
Just thank you so much, for watching this right to the chat.
Yeah, thank you for watching, folks.
Yeah, I again, this was a little last minute in terms of announcements and stuff, but we should be back, I believe, in 2 weeks. Is that correct, friends?
Yeah, every 2 Saturdays. So
yeah, awesome. So in that case, I have been Strash, he, him. You can find me at Strash on the Twitters. I had a blast playing this, and if you enjoy this, also check me out. I'm here Thursday nights running Band of Blades for a bunch of cool people, including Sean, Bisha, Mad J, and my brain's hiccuping, Jen Martin. Thank you. And so, yeah, check us out then. And, of course, please come back in 2 weeks to see more adventures of our not Holmes and totally not Watson. Lauren.
Hi, Lauren Shibe. You can find me likewise on Twitter at the Stray Kiwi. I had such a blast tonight. That was so good. I am gushing about how amazing like all of the like NPC interactions are, and appreciate Judd like shouldering literally like every side character interaction and making everyone like feel very rich and like real. So like massive like that. And I can't wait to see how like all this ball stuff is gonna go down. It's gonna be such a clusterfuck, and I can't wait to see what happens. And I don't know. Outside of this, I'm just in Kickstarter hell, but finalizing stuff on my game that I wrote with my co-designer Jesse Roscoe, Girl Underground, which is Alice in Wonderland, fun times, sort of like PBTA. Dreamy, whimsical, wondrous adventures in a strange and wonderful land. I think that's me though. Judd.
Judd, he, him, and I had a blast. That was really fun. It's exactly like I feel like when I pictured this was what I imagined. So that's awesome. I mean, not specifically like there were all these moments where I was like, oh no, they're in the prison and they're going to die. I don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be a really bad first game. But you talked your way out, which was cool. There was a double six and
I need to be wearing my talk shit roll crits shirt.
you do. It's amazing. And I've played with Sean before, and now I'm playing with Josh, and they both roll very well. So, like, I'm not saying Roll20 is fixed, but maybe it's fixed. And what else? A book I wrote over a decade ago, Dictionary of Moo, is back in print. So that's cool. I've got a couple dozen copies left. Which is nice, and they're moving along. It's like it's 2002. There's like an RPG.net thread about it, so like suddenly I'm getting sales, which is very funny in the way the world works. And that's about it. Things are good, and I'm really glad to be playing this game. Yay!
Yay!
All right, folks. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and again, thanks for hanging out with us. Everyone, have a great evening.
Yes, thank you so much.
OBS thing.